Uh.
All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see. Today is Tuesday. Let's track of the day. Okay, so something I've been noticing when it comes to just marking up in general is being not being lenient in my markups. And what I mean by that is, like, for instance, yesterday, that 3 minute buy we seen going up is like every time we see opportunity, I'm trying to show you guys the patience in it and building off of that and just not taking everything. But also on the same token, I want to show you guys how you can be aggressive. And if you know what you're looking for, then there are a lot of opportunities in the market. So that's something I'm going to implement going forward. I don't know what it's going to look like, but just giving you guys the tools you need when it comes to when to be patient and when to put on the gas and finding the balance in that. So that's something I'm working towards right now. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the day. Right now, I'm gonna keep it on one screen for right now, just so we have a focus point, and then from there, if we need more than one screen, we'll add it. So just looking at this push up, right? This is that push we had last night. We had a crazy push up last night. I was teaching last night and we were literally watching it go up the whole entire time. And I watched it pull back down. So if you look, like I always say, let me pull up the chat first. Let me see. 2 seconds. Okay, there we go. All right, pull up the chat. Alright, so when we had this push up, whenever we have expansion, wherever it is, you always look for that consolidation next. So as you see, after we had this push up yesterday, so not the push last night, but the push yesterday in general, once it got done, we had a whole lot of consolidation and it dropped to the downside. Well, looking at it last night, I didn't have this consolidation marked up. The main reason I have this consolidation marked up is because price pushed back above it. And then once it pushed back above it, we seen this down close candle right here bounce off of this consolidation, which was confirming that consolidation was holding up. And then as you see right now, that's where this whole push came from. And literally seen this whole thing play out from last night to now, this price pushing back towards that high. And then we're just making new highs right now. So these are all-time highs right now. So there's nothing to the left that we can look towards or look at to help us with price action. So when you're in this type of area or this type of price action, then you have to depend on what's currently happening. So now you really have to wait. So it puts everybody on a fresh playing field, and you have to know how to read price action from that standpoint. So now let's go to a 15-minute, because all we have to work with right now is what's in front of us, because we're making all-time highs. So this is that 1 hour consolidation that I was telling you guys about. We pushed above it, we came back down to it, we bounced right off of it, and we had that continuation up. Well, right here, as we pushed up, what is this? This is more consolidation. So once price had that expansion, we started consolidating again, and then this right here confirmed it. So a lot of times, if you have a hard time finding consolidation, you can wait for the bounce off of it to confirm that that's the consolidation you want to use, and then mark it up for later on. And then that's how, when right before we got on this morning, seeing this push down and then pricing around and go right back up, tackling out this high. So that's the price action that we have for right now. I have to get off maybe hour and a half, so 30 minutes early. Gotta go leave for my daughter's school. So we'll go until 9:30, should be 10:30. So we'll see what price action we get. So today will be an early stream, but nonetheless, I'll still see if we can find opportunities if it gives us one. Score. Let's get it. Let's see what price gives us. So let's just focus on what's happening right now. So we got the market open. We got this big old push. All we want to see is what's the reaction off of this push. Are we going to have a reaction? And if there is a reaction, in which direction? Because we're already come off this consolidation right here. So let's see how price plays out. Right now, I'm looking at this wick right here. So that is 184. Just to see how price plays out there. It wants to head back to the downside. Remember what I was telling you guys yesterday about going with the trend. Right now, we're bullish. So you're looking for bullish price action until price tells you otherwise. So if you want to counter trend trade, just know the risk associated with that. And then if you're following the trend, then you have to wait for opportunities to come to you. And that may mean you may not even have an opportunity because the opportunity already played out. But you have to be okay with that. So right now, our focus point is just looking at 15-minute. We technically don't need higher time frame as of yet. You can use it for somewhere to go to, but since we're making these all-time highs, you focus on current price action, and that's lower time frame. So I can even go to a 3-minute right now, but I want to look at the 1 hour first. So you see what I'm saying? How all this is all-time highs. So if price starts to pull back down, we can look for it to pull back down inside of this range here for the most part. And then from there, see how it plays out with this consolidation here. This is consolidation just headed to the upside, but for the most part, it's still stagnant, but it's going up. So even with that midpoint, that's just somewhere I'm looking for price to see how it plays in that area. But with the higher time frame pushing up, and we're already bullish, and we are at these new all-time highs, then I want to focus on just what's happening right then and there. So let's lock in. Let's focus on current price action. So see that midpoint that wick. Remember that is 23,184.50. So what I want to do is go to 3 minutes. Just focus on what's in front of us. You got that drop. Let me see this right here. And then you see this, right? Even if this closes, the risk associated with this is 25, 26 points. If you're looking for price to go to the downside, remember, price is bullish. So if you're trying to chase that, that's counter trend. But if you're looking for price to go back to that consolidation, then that's just you having a target, which would be something like this low right here. And then inside of here, you see you have this inversion right here, and then you have confirmation here and here. Inside of this consolidation. So you have, look at market structure. So you have this high here, and that's the high that just sticks out to me. So this high right here. So by this high, you have this low. Price is steadily heading to the downside. You had this low. Price went out, took out that high, we pushed up. Now what I'm looking for is 3-minute consolidation that price is playing off of, besides the 15-minute. Like you have this one right here that I was looking at here. Let's see how we are playing off of that. But just because you find consolidation, you see here it broke it, but then here it's bouncing off of it. But you want this candle to close to ensure that it's bouncing off of it, even though you had the down close candle here. But price can very much still get to the downside. So letting the 15-minute consolidation do more of the work than the 3-minute. So, and that's what I'm looking at. So you possibly could, because you're bouncing off of that 15-minute consolidation. But the fact that it made all-time highs, you don't know if it's done with those all-time highs and going to smack to the downside. So it's all based off of risk. Like even with this one right here, this inversion here, and then you have this one that it's in right now with that initial stop loss here, and then you have another one, small one here. And that's what I was looking at too. As this risk on this one is 12 points. So if it wanted to go back to that high, that's a decent push, depending on the risk that you want to take with the trade. So this one, it would be, if you were aiming for something like that, back to those highs, then you're looking at something like this. The thing is, since it made those all-time highs, you don't know if it's done with all-time highs. Like even, I'll go daily real fast while that's playing out. See here, that was already a big sweep. So are we done with these all-time highs and price starting to pull back to the downside, or is price willing to bounce back up off of here? You have to see, and it's all based off what price wants to do, and that's the hardest part, is trying to see what price really wants to do. See that? Because we already went for all-time highs already. So the momentum, yeah, it's bullish, but the current momentum is extremely bearish because we just went and took out all these highs from weeks, days, months. And now we have all these orders that price now has all this volume. So even though you have a buying bias, you want to have things or roadblocks to show you like, okay, dang, even though this does make sense, it's bounced off the consolidation, he did it before. It's like, is this going to hold up? I don't know. Based off of what the market is giving us right now. So when it comes to stuff like that, you got to just base it off of, where is price, what is price doing, alongside the story of the market. Like, it's giving you the model, but in what context? Because look at here, and then look where the model is at. So if this is the range for the whole day, we're pretty much in the middle of the day. We're not even at the low of the day or towards the high. So price is just playing around in the middle of this range, and we're here already. So price can go either way. So in this case, it's like you have a 15-minute consolidation, but it can break through that. It still got the low of here. It can literally do this huge wick and bounce right off of here. But you're also dealing with the opening volume too. Now look at that rejection. Turn the phone 1 second. Price don't know what they want to do. We'll see how we had that big wick, and then price just took all that liquidity and then rejected right back up. So even with that, from there to all the way down to here, That's 27 points. Here to here is 72. So with this just taking out this high, this candle can still push up, because think about it. This candle is just the middle candle basically creating that swing high, swing low, or swing high in this case. So we need the candle to the next candle to print to be lower to create that swing high, and that could be the continuation to the downside. This can be just a candle that's breaking out of it. So just trying to see how that price action is playing off. So you see how Monday set up for today, because it was a continuation off of Monday, and then we're going to take out that high, and now price is just stagnant from here. So this can be arranged to where price is just kind of staying in one spot until tomorrow, or we can get a nice rejection off of that high to end the day. But this is just the beginning of the day, pretty much. The market just opened, even though it's been open for us for a while. You want something clean. You want to have a good directional bias. Like right now, focusing on the daily is cool, but we're just looking at the movement. So you want to focus on a more medium time frame. Let's see. So here, go back to the 15-minute, because that is 15-minute consolidation, and look how it's reacting to off of it, or reacting to it. Let me actually take these 3 minutes off. That black line is the high that we swept. So I can actually take that off right now. Let's focus on this current price action. But you got to be able to tell what market you're in. If it's an uneasy market, then you don't want to be trying to scramble inside of this, because all it takes is for one big move, or one just quick liquidity grab to throw you off. So you want to focus on precision, waiting for the right confluences. In this case, we just came off of that high. We don't know if price is trying to drop to the downside. We do have this 15-minute consolidation that's trying to hold up. But the thing is for how long and at what cost, because the risk is the main factor. So now let's look at the midpoint of this wick, and then look at that. Oh, the midpoint of that 15-minute wick is 143.75, and then look what we bounced off of. So when I'm doing midpoints of wicks, like I tell you guys, I'm not looking for it to bounce off of it and do something. I'm looking for it as just an area of confluence to where something can happen around that area. And if it's precise, then it's just showing me more. But if it's not, just leave me context clues on what I could be looking for next, based on how it plays off of it. If it breaks through it, if it goes above it, if it goes to it and bounces off of it, you just follow price and get in sync. That wick that came down, it came into this imbalance, but how far? So 21, 128. So yeah, let's put a yellow box on that. So pretty much that. Just wicked inside of it, taking this liquidity here. I like to fade my imbalances out. Like I want to see it, but I don't want to see it. So I don't want it to throw me off of like, oh, it needs to come down here, bounce off of here. I just want to use it as an area of influence. And then you see this consolidation right here. Consolidation on top of consolidation. So you look at the 3 minutes. So this candle, all this consolidation started at around 9:39. Well, let's call it 9:36. So if this is 9:30, and this is starting that candle for all this back and forth. Look at that back and forth and look what the candle is telling you. Like you see these wicks, but the bulk of the volume is in the middle. This is where the bodies are, and then look where all the consolidation is. So whenever you're looking at the candle and you're looking at the body of the candle, you can tell what the candle is doing based off of just how the candle looks. It's showing you though, oh, I consolidated because the body is in the middle. You have these two wicks that's pretty much even. So it's like just balanced price range where it's just not, it doesn't want to go anywhere yet. It's just sitting there. So in this case, it's just like nothing is easy, or simple, or clean. Like you do have that sell model up here, just in case it does push up. It starts to run up. You don't have a sell model on the 15 minute, but you do have one on the 3 minute. And that's this high right here for the confirmation at 192, 23,192.75. This right here is a 15-minute wick. Not swing low, wick midpoint. Want to be clear that you identify that it's not a swing low, it's just a wick. Because a swing low is like it's bottoming out, and you want to see how price comes to that midpoint. If it bounces off of it, it tries to go for the high. In this case, it's part of a swing low, but on 15 minutes, not done yet. Like you need that candle to close in order for it to be considered that swing low. And then once that candle closes above it, then it's a swing low. And we'll want to see how price is going to maneuver off of it. But look at all this consolidation right at that midpoint. Back and forth. So like this, like you have two, one candle that goes straight up and then one candle that goes straight down, then that would be considered railroads, because it looks like railroad tracks. But this will be considered barcoding. It looks like a barcode, just a bunch of back forth, back forth, back forth, back forth. So price is real indecisive right now. But depending on how this plays out, we can use it to our advantage. because now this is consolidation that we can use, depending on how price wants to play upon it. But you don't want to be caught trading trying to inside of a barcode, because what happens is you go to a 1 minute and you're trying to force this. You go to a 15-second, you're trying to force this, and then you zoom out and you realize we haven't been nowhere the whole entire time. So yeah, right now this is price is being stagnant. Now you want to ask yourself, okay, is this price trying to break out of the barcode, or is it going to reject right back? Just look at how that 15-minute candle is spreading out. It went from being this body that was super tiny in the middle to now we have this big old body. So now when you're looking at candles that you see, oh, that's a big down close candle, and let's say that candle closes like that. Well, now you see how that candle printed out. It wasn't like that at first. It was very tiny until we had that expansion just now, and that created the body to be a lot bigger, to stretch the volume out. But you know how that candle transpired. So now the next candle that gets made after that, you want to see how price goes back up into it if the body stays that long, because we still have 30 seconds left. It can pull right back up if it wanted to. Just watch how it reacts to that midpoint. About 15 seconds left. Boom. Okay, so we close below it. But now we have a whole new 15-minute candle. So now we have new price action getting implemented into that price action we just had. So now your mindset wants to go, okay, how can we transfer over this information to that next 15-minute candle? Well, we had this consolidation, we had this little expansion out of it. This expansion came to the midpoint of this wick for the most part so far. Look, this wick right here is 136.25. That's where the bodies are sitting at right now. What this body is, we have this next candle printing. So if price wants to push back up, is it going to push back up inside of this, or are we going to fill off of that and then continue to the downside and then get some type of expansion down and then pull back up? But you're looking at the 15-minute as well. You can't just base it off of a 3-minute price action. You got to look at the 15-minute candle, unless you're only focused on 3-minute price action, which is possible. But you have to be okay with being on the opposite side, because that's a possibility if you're not waiting long enough. Like, you can still be on the trend with the 3-minute if you only focused on that or lower time frame, but you have to be in sync with what price is trying to tell you. Like, we just had this low taken out here from this high here. So if you zoom out, and you came from this high, this price pushed up, took out that high, and then we took out this low. So now what does price want to do from here? Is it going to push up, fail, and continue to the downside, or is it just going to push up and go for the high? Well, we see right here, we have a big roadblock. All this imbalance. I mean, all this barcode. So price need to break above that. Would it be hard? No, because it happened on a 3 minute, not a 15 minute. But nonetheless, it'll still be a difficult task to get through because price action is still price action. You just want to see how it reacts to that. That's why I'm trying to keep this 15 minute pulled up so you can kind of observe. Because we're focused on current price, we're also focused on we need some type of higher time frame to keep us in line. That's what the 15 minute is doing. That's why I'm not going to an hour, because we kind of know where we're at already. I don't need to go higher to try to find like these higher time frame imbalances or something like that. We got an idea of what we're looking at already, and just let price do the talking. And notice inside of here, you don't have any inversions, anything. Go to a 5 minute, go a little bit higher, see if you have anything. So see how the 5 minute has that consolidation, but it's a bunch of wicks. And you got on 3 minute, and then now you see it's really bunched up. I treat the 5 and the 3 minute the same. So if I don't see something on the 5 that's not clear, I'll probably go to a 3 minute and see a little bit cleaner. Because it gives me a little bit more data, but not too much. If I go to the 1 minute, you can get carried away because if you're too zoomed in like this, let's say you're like this, then you're like, oh, well, I had price push up and then price push down. You see this barcode right here, but you're if you look at it too close, zoomed in, you're looking at it as possible opportunities. This is no opportunities whatsoever. So you get caught up in this because you see it now, but as it was printing out, you would have seen this low being made, push up, a nice push down, and a push right back up, and you would have seen it almost went to the high, and then it pushed back down. Getting caught up in something like this, thinking it's going to push off with this consolidation, and it doesn't. So that's why my focus will always be 3 minute, 5 minute. 1 minute is cool, 15 seconds is cool, like, but I have to be super in sync for me to want to go down there because I want it to be easier, not harder. Keep it simple, man. Easy as it sounds. The hardest part is just sitting through this. Back to that midpoint. Hit it back to that consolidation. got 6 minutes left for this 15-minute candle, and look at the body inside of the 15-minute candle, inside of that consolidation. Still got a whole 6 minutes left. A lot can happen in 6 minutes. So far it's planning for that 15-minute consolidation. See how we're treating this consolidation here. Our price is trying to go through it. So it's going to be in the form of a rejection, coming right down to it, and then continuation up. If that's what it wants to do, but also looking, say that this price action pushing up, this is what took out the highs. So inside of here, you have this inversion here, and then this confirmation here, but it's only on a 3-minute. So remember, this is a model, but this model is counter trend to what's going on. So that's not saying that it doesn't want to work out. It's just you have to equate that risk too. Okay. 1 minute till that candle closes. Watch it paint dry. Yeah, I'm just being patient. Just being patient. Got them all. We got them all-time highs being made. So all this is new price action. So in order for you to even get an idea on something to use, then you want to base it off of what's currently happening right now. Like I told you guys, you have this sell model playing out right now, but this would be counter trend to what's going on. So here, and then here. And then that is at least 30-point risk. Just from where we just came from, that was 45 points. So if you can see it going to blow all this, have at it. But look at what the trend is saying. Still bullish. We just took out this low here and these lows. But look at all that to the downside. We just took out this high too. Like have this low. So it's based off of what you see and what you like. And we took out age range high, age range low still intact. So let's say you were in this, you want to see price blow through this. You don't want to see this hold up at all. Because if this really truly wants to go down, then this shouldn't be in the way at all. And this would be a lot more aggressive. So look at that 15-minute. Seeing how we had that 15-minute wick here. Seeing price tap it a bunch of times, right below it, come right back above it, and then shoot right back up. Like I told you guys, I gotta leave the stream a little early today. So just being careful. I gotta leave in 10 minutes, but just be careful. Don't go into it thinking that this has to do something right now. Like, we just made all-time highs. Price is still running. Right now we're bullish until further notice. We have that daily that we just took out. Remember this daily? Yeah, we just went and swept this high here, these highs here. So this is that push up. This is not a swing high yet, just a high. So we have that. On top of that, look at the hour, and then look at this price action. Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Sitting at this 15-minute / hourly imbalance here. And then from there, we go 15 minutes. But now we're at this ceiling right now, or a SIBI, and trying to see how price is going to react here. But this is confirmation on a 3-minute. We don't have it nowhere else but a 3-minute. We have it on 5-minute. Look. So your 5-minute will be here and here. That's even more risk. That's 37 points. More consolidation. Price is being priced. You got 5 minutes left. You can watch on one minute. Show you guys. Push down. Super slow price action. Yeah, it's a super slow price action today. We got that push up. We got that nice volume in the beginning, but that volume definitely died off. All right, fellas, I got to go to the school thing for my daughter today. Like I said, in the stream early. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Take it easy. Don't go aggressive. Just wait for things to come to you. Let's get it.